Hey there, everyone. Today, I'll be discussing my NFL playoff predictions post-trade deadline. And it's a good thing we're halfway there, people. We are halfway there. So I figured I'd do a video about my playoff predictions. Or make that two. I'll be doing the NFC Playoff Prediction video tonight. This is for my AFC Playoff Prediction. So be ready. Ready if you're an NFC fan, be sure to keep your eyes open for my NFC Playoff Prediction video tonight. But if you're an AFC fan, you're in luck today. Okay, let's move on to the AFC Playoff Prediction. As you all know, they're gonna try and work on eliminating a bye week by adding another team for each. But this video's for 7 teams, so let's move it. First things first, I'm gonna have to give the Pittsburgh Steelers a lot of credit. Because I'm pretty certain Pittsburgh Steelers are the first round bye week. Wanna know why? They have an easy schedule. They have the easiest schedule in the AFC. See, they host the Cowboys, they go to Dallas first, then they host the Bengals. Then they go to Buffalo. Normally that would be a good game, but did you see Josh Allen during the Titans game? And then he slips away against the Chiefs. He didn't do good against the Jets and the Patriots either. True, that defense may be improving, but still. Not exactly worth a Pittsburgh Steelers defense this time. I mean, seriously. So yeah, I wouldn't call the Steelers and Bills game a good game. No. I'd call it an easy victory. Then they go to Cincinnati. I'm pretty certain they'll lock up the first seed by then, which means they're going to rest their players. So I can see them handing losses to the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not remaining undefeated. Not if you rest your starters. But if you do rest your starters, then you're going to be okay by the playoffs. So good for you. For the second seed, I'm going to say the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs were the second seed last year when they won the Super Bowl, so I'm pretty certain that's where they're going to end up. But then they'll have to play in the wild card this year because of the extra seed. So let's move on to why Kansas City's going to move along. I mean, seriously. They have an easy schedule. I can see they have the Carolina Panthers this week, and I can pretty certain that they'll win the revenge match at Las Vegas after that. But the Buccaneers and Saints games, that's where I have doubts. I could see the Chiefs losing to at least either the Buccaneers or Saints. The Buccaneers are after the Raiders, and the road game against the Saints is after the road game against Miami. So, yeah, I could see a loss by either Tampa Bay or New Orleans. Everything else I see a win because because they host the Broncos after the Buccaneers. They go to Miami after Denver, and after their road game against New Orleans, they host the Falcons and Chargers. So what if they rest the starters? I think the Falcons and Chargers are not good to beat the Chiefs. No, even if they use the backups. Yeah, I'm pretty certain Falcons and Chargers would rather work on draft picks than beat the Chiefs. So yeah, I'm going to say Kansas City Chiefs will be the second seed. Now, for the third seed, I would have to go with my team, the Tennessee Titans. Dun dun dun! Want to know why? Because Titans are making good moves right now. They traded for Desmond King before the trade deadline, and after the trade deadline, they went ahead and cut Vic Beasley, Jonathan Joseph, and of course long snapper Bayo Brinkley. Now that one was a shocker. But he's the reason Brent Kern got hurt in the first place. So anyways, let's move on to why the Titans would make the third seed. For example, they host a Chicago Bears team who also, by the way, is in huge trouble who is also in huge trouble, by the way. I think that would... So, yeah. Their offense struggles. I think Nick Foles and the Bears are going to have a field day. True, this might be another blow. This may be another close game, but I think Chicago's going to lose to the Titans. Now, as for losses, I say that either that the Colts won't sweep the Titans. I could see them losing either week 10. I could see them losing either week 10 or 12. So yeah, because Adoree Jackson and Desmond King won't be ready by then. So, but if Adoree Jackson doesn't play, we're just gonna have to get ready. And right in the middle, we go to Baltimore to take on the Ravens, who we beat last season. Last season's playoffs, by the way. And they have Ronnie Stanley out. Marvin Humphrey on COVID-19 for the moment, but right now. And I'm pretty certain that that's a Ravens team that's not ready to take on a Tennessee Titans team who's ready by then. After the second game at Indianapolis, I can see us beating the Cleveland Browns, who lost Odell Beckham Jr. for the year, a Myles Garrett injury, which could be a problem. Then we host the Jaguars. Then we take on the Detroit Lions after that. That game is still to be determined. They might make it a Saturday game or a Sunday game. Who knows? And week 16, we got a Sunday night football game, and I'm pretty certain Titans want to be conservative, but if we do face the Green Bay Packers at full power, but I'm gonna have to say to Tom Grassi that I would have to say Green Bay Packers would win that game. Sorry, Titans fans. So sorry. I gotta be honest. Then we go to Houston, and I'm pretty certain they'll win that game as well. Well, Titans 12-4. Titans 12-4. 4 after that. Sorry for the delay. Got it. Determine the AFC East for the 4th seed. I'm going to have to say the Buffalo Bills, because the Buffalo Bills are real contenders this season. I think the Buffalo Bills may actually pull this off. Now, they're going to be in for a rough 2 games. They host the Seattle Seahawks. They go to Arizona. I think that's 2 losses in a row, in my opinion. But then they host the Chargers. They go to San Francisco after that. They host the Steelers team. That's going to probably be a loss as well. I can see them winning at Denver. I can see them winning in New England. Then the battle with Miami Dolphins. I'm going to have to say that one's a win also. Ending the Buffalo Bills season with 11-5. Sorry if I'm wearing this Titans uniform when I announce the Bills. I have to be. I forgot to take it off before that happened while I was researching. Now for wild card, I'm not gonna do it in order because I'm pretty certain that I already wasted enough time. I'm not gonna do it in any order. So if I had to choose wild card teams, I would have to go with the Miami Dolphins. They made moves yesterday to take DeAndre Washington. Yesterday, so I'm pretty certain Miami Dolphins are dead serious, and their record so far is unbelievable. Plus, based on their schedule, I'm pretty certain Miami Dolphins will be one of the wild card teams by the end. And they start off with a tough Arizona Cardinals team without Myles Gaskin. And of course they got the Chargers, they got the Broncos, they go to Denver. And after going through a tough game against the Chiefs, they host the Patriots. Then they got the Then they go to Las Vegas Raiders. Date is still to be determined on that week. And of course, finally, they host the Buffalo Bills for the battle for the AFC East. Like I said, I'm going to have to say Buffalo Bills takes the AFC East. But Miami Dolphins would be one of the teams to be considered. Next up, I'm going to have to give credit to the Las Vegas Raiders and say they make it as well. They got quite the easy schedule. Minus the Kansas City Chiefs game and the Indianapolis Colts game. They're in quite the running. They're in quite the running. Running to make the wild card. They host Denver this week. No, my bad. They go to Los Angeles first. Then they host Denver the week after. Then after a tough game against Kansas City, they go to Atlanta. They go to New York to take on the Jets. Then they host the Indianapolis Colts in a huge battle. Then they host the Chargers. Then they host Miami Dolphins, which that game is still to be determined. And then they go to Denver to finish up. I would have to say Las Vegas Raiders would be the second team to make the wild card round. And finally, team number 7, I'm going to have to say the Cleveland Browns. Browns. You want to know why Cleveland? Even with Odell Beckham Jr. out, Myles Garrett injury, they got an easy schedule going on. I can still see a few losses. For example, they host the Texans. They host the Texans for this week. After their bye week, of course. After their bye week, they host the Texans. Then they host the Eagles. Then they go to Jacksonville and then to Tennessee. I could see Tennessee getting a victory in that game as well. You already know that. They host the Ravens. I'm pretty sure the Ravens will be ready to go with that game. Then they got both New York teams after that. Giants first and Jets second. Jets game still to be determined. And finally, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the reason why I didn't mention Ravens or Colts is because Colts have a tough schedule and Ravens are facing serious injury, serious COVID-19 problems. They also have a lot. So yeah, these are my 7 teams. For the first seed, Pittsburgh Steelers. Second team, Kansas City Chiefs. Third seed, Tennessee Titans. Fourth seed, Buffalo Bills. My wild card teams are Miami Dolphins, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Cleveland Browns. Comment down below what do you think of my predictions and I want to see your opinions as well. Don't forget, my NFC Playoff Prediction is tonight, so be sure to watch the video as soon as it's released.